Hey there, folks. I want to recommend some books I have here in my book collection. You can see my bookshelf behind me. I got quite a few books. My place is practically a library. Actually, a museum. A museum of entertainment, not just books, but, oh man, Blu-rays and DVDs and videos and action figures, everything. But anyway, I want to recommend some books that if you're a movie fan, you want to have this book in your collection. It's put out by Turner Classic Movies, and it's 52 must-see movies and why they matter. The essentials. All right? Now, Turner Classic Movies, they know what they're talking about, and they put out this book, and it's not just classic movies. Well, I guess they're all kind of classic now, but it's not just, older movies, also some newer movies as well. And then there's a second book, a companion book, that they came out with. And this is 52 more must-see movies and why they matter. So, yeah, you could get these online. Forgot if I got them on Amazon or eBay. But they probably both have them. Just, see which one's more in your price range and get those. And then I have this book here, 50 of the Greatest Cartoons. Now, the 52, the movies, they don't list them in like starting with the 52nd all the way up to the first, what they consider the best. It's just kind of they just list 52 movies. They don't say which ones are better, and it's not even listed alphabetically. Plus, there's too many there to read to you to, go off the list. But it's not, like I said, it doesn't list them as, like, this is the 52nd best all the way to the first best. It's not listed like that. But this one here, the 50 Greatest Cartoons, they do list, in order of what they consider the best cartoons. And I'm just going to read you the last and the first. Oh, here's the contents. Well, the 50th, 50 Greatest Cartoons, the 50th is Felix in Hollywood. I don't know if you remember the Felix the Cat cartoons. And the first one, what else? It's a Bugs Bunny. What's Opera Doc? But, if you want to know what the rest are, well, get the book. It's worth getting. And very good book if you're into these classic cartoons. Most of them are all classic cartoons. I don't know if there's any more newer ones. I guess maybe, but the 50th one, the Felix and the Bugs Bunny, there's definitely classic cartoons. Well, let's face it, the classic cartoons were the best, you know what I mean? And I'd say the same about the movies, as far as I'm concerned. The classic movies were, they still make good movies, of course. I'm not going to say they're the best, but, they're special. All right, so there, I just wanted to showcase those. Like I said, I got all these online. I don't really go to bookstores anymore. You get them a lot more reasonably priced online, and there aren't that many bookstores around anymore. So, I get them all mostly on either Amazon or eBay. And here's another book I want to show you that's interesting. This is Laurel and Hardy. I have a lot of Laurel and Hardy books. But this one is different. It's special. It's all it's collecting Laurel and Hardy. It's all like Laurel and Hardy, like collectible items, And it's like, figurines and comic books and knickknacks and, lamps, all kinds of Laurel and Hardy items if you're into Laurel and Hardy, and I am into Laurel and Hardy. And now the two more books to show, and these are really probably, in my vast book collection, these are probably two of the rarest. They're children's books. This one is a little golden book, Top Cat. These are very rare, out of print, hard to get. And I got these online for a good price and figured, hey, it's worth getting. Of course, I have books from when I was a kid still. But I just got these two because they were so different. And this is a Yogi Bear storybook. And these are just very, like out of print and hard to get items, but there are sellers online that, want to get rid of the stuff they have to make room or whatever. Or they just don't want them anymore. And they, you can get them at a good price. And then, like I said, they're just worth having if you're a collector because they're so rare, And speaking of the cartoons, this one is Bill Hanna's cast of friends. That's, Hanna-Barbera. And then I have a book written by Joseph Barbera somewhere. So I have a biography from, Hanna-Barbera, one from Hanna, one from Barbera. And last but not least, speaking of Hanna-Barbera, this one here is Hanna-Barbera, the Recorded History. And it's all the music that they used, all the Hanna-Barbera music. And it's really, really a good book, a good read. Full of information and, Hanna-Barbera history, and it's focused mainly on the music. See, from modern Stone Age to meddling kids. And this is, it's called The Recorded History because it talks about all the Hanna-Barbera recordings that were made and the music, that were part of the cartoons. And that music was great music. Very memorable. I still remember that music from cartoons I haven't seen in years. And it was really done by really fine musicians. And that's what made those cartoons special. That's one of the things that made them special. So there you go. I just wanted to showcase those books. And I do recommend them. And so I leave you all with this. Keep reading because it's food for the brain. So keep that brain fed.